All right. Before we get going on up into the White Birch clan, I've not made it there yet. A lot has been happening here at the farm. I do have some updates and some things I want to share with you, and I need to do a couple of shout outs. There's been a lot going on here in the farm, all the way across the board. Okay, let's get into this. See an empty space behind me back here, and a little bit of an empty space over to my right. There's going to be some things put up there behind me. These were gifts. Gifts. There's been things being given. It's been kind of an amazing week for us here at the farm. First, I want to thank all of yous for your prayers for my sister. She went to her follow-up appointment after her surgery. She's healing up really good, and her results came back good. Doctor says there's no need for radiation or chemo or anything like that. There's no need for it, so thank you very much. And I really, truly believe that has everything to do with the prayers and everybody's good thoughts and energy coming our way. So that was very, very, very good news. Secondly, one of my sisters, her name is Ivy, and one of her sons, she's got 3 boys, Justin, Jordan, and Josh. She was here a few weeks back, and she came bearing gifts. And first, she gave me this. This was from her, and it's made of glass. It's a BIGFOOT. It's a Sasquatch. And she got one of her friends to make it. She does glass work, right? And kind of amazing. This one's going to the right, to my right. That would be your screen left. And then her son, Jordan, which is her oldest boy, gave this to her to give to me. He's got a 3D printer. And so he's been doing quite a bit with his 3D printer. And he has got a family of his own, and his 2 boys are all grown up and graduated from school and on their way, and it glows in the dark. Can you believe that? It gets enough light on it, you turn your lights off, and this footprint glows in the dark. Kind of amazing. So I just wanted to say thank you, Ivy and Jordan. I do have a mail video coming up soon. I got to do that too. I've got about 4 envelopes that I still haven't managed to open, and 2 or 3 of them are from way back in at the end of the winter and early spring. And I apologize to those that have been waiting for those. I will get to them. There's just been so much going on, Bigfoot-wise, anything pertaining to Sasquatch, but also with the health issues in my family and that we've been going through here. I'm going to share something with you, and I want to do a huge thank you to Glenn, Mr. Fisher, Glenn Fisher. He reigns from Phoenix, Arizona, and he has made me something so amazing. For a few months already, I've had this, and I wanted to do this video and thank him for this. I look at this every day, and every day I'm seeing something new. Something a little bit different in it every day, and it's like he captured my whole entire journey from the very beginning, almost from the very beginning to the present, in this piece of artwork. So without further ado, and if you do get a chance, just pause it, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do, and I'm going to put up his email here as well. And send him off an email and just give him a huge thumbs up and tell him what an amazing job he did. And so here we go. I love this. I'm going to put a screenshot up here, and while I'm talking, it's going to go right here, up here. I'm going to do that right now. So yes, if you will, just take a screenshot, pause play, and just really have a really good look at it. Point out some of the things that he's got in this painting. I'm going to go up here into the top left corner, and do you see Scar? He's got Scar in there, he's got Koi in there, he's got Stripe, the one I want to call Stripe from Seven Creeks, with the cane. I don't know if you all remember him. He was along the tree line. He just happened to appear there in the trees. I've seen some pretty amazing things that they're able to do, that they're capable of. You can see the gray jay here. That X almost in the middle of the painting, I believe that's one I filmed at the river. If you go down, you're going to notice my little orange cat down at the bottom here. Whiny. For those that have been here for a while, you know who Whiny is. He's no longer with us, sadly. We have something hunting and taking out our cats, our barn cats, right? Our outside cats, our mousers. And we've lost 4 now, and he was one of them. I know it was an owl because just a few nights back, I would say about 4 nights back, well, when was full moon? When it was full moon, I was just headed out to the gifting site here in my yard, the gifting bowl. It would have been about 11:30 at night, just before midnight, and I happened to glance up at the moon, and right through the moonlight, right in front of the moon, I see this huge owl fly just overhead, and I seen it land in one of the pine trees, just a little bit east from the gifting site, and there he was. And I was pretty sure it was an owl, because not much is going to... You may hear some weird noises here, and that's coming from the Nature Channel on my TV. I'm not sure what we're hearing. It sounds like coyotes, right? That I hear that here in my yard when the coyotes start up. Okay. Anyway, so there's this owl. I seen him up there in the tree in the moonlight, and I walked out there and I said, all right, yeah, I know it's you, no more, right? No more killing cats. You gotta go. You can't hunt here. And I miss him so much. He's my shadow. He's another one of those, him and Sam, wherever, if I'm working in the yard or whatever I'm doing on the property, him and Sammy are there. Whiny and Sammy, right? But, you know, the owls have to eat, and it was easy pickings, right? Easy pickings for the owl. And, of course, you can't hear them fly. Even when I seen him fly through the moonlight right overhead, you can't even hear the wings. You can't hear the wings. And they're silent flyers in the dark, right? And, of course, they got the amazing night vision, and that's when they hunt, and that's when the cats were going missing, right? It was through the night, and so that's kind of sad. We will miss him. We will miss little Whiny, and the other ones too. But I was close to Whiny. You know, he was quite old. He was about 16 years old, so he was getting up there, and he just might not have been paying attention, right? Well, yes, this picture, it is pretty amazing, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, Glenn, thank you very, very much. Like I say, I look at that every day, and it is like he's got my whole journey in this collage, in this highlight painting, and it is acrylic on canvas. I've got his picture, Glenn. This is where it's staying. It's going to be in my backdrop, and I've got Jordan's gift to me here, my nephew, and my sister Ivy's gift is on the wall here now too. So everything back behind me here is, you know, there's a meaning and there's a reason for it. It's not random. It's not just, you know, there's a story all the way behind me here with everything, and including the raven wing. I've got it up there, and I've got 2 casts that I have taken off the property here. One's a 12-inch, and I believe it's one of the females, and the 15-inch. So I just want to read a little bit. He did want me to mention something here. He's 68 years young, and he's still painting. Again, I'm going to put his email address here, and just send him off a hello and a thank you for his beautiful artwork. You know, I do have the best subscribers. I just do. I do. I really do. So he's been doing this for quite a few years, and he, right from as a kid in grade school, kids would pay him 25 cents to do art projects for them. He wanted me to tell you a little bit about, there was an experience he had. It was a connection experience. Like, I experienced that often with the Sasquatch and with other animals. And for me, as an empath, that's a constant, right? It's a constant. You know, the size of the animal matters where it comes to being an empath. What you're picking up, the thoughts. Sometimes the smaller animals, this is flighty. It's quick. It's flighty, right? If you're not paying attention, it's gone. It's there and gone, and you didn't even notice. But as you get older, that ability becomes more acute, more precise. It's stronger, and you pick up things as small as a little bird. I mean, you're able to connect with things and nature and animals, and connecting with humans is a little bit different. That's something different. But he did have this experience, and he wanted me to share it with you. And he mentions that, he doesn't really share this with many people because, people, a lot of people won't believe you. A lot of people don't believe some of the things that people go through or have experienced or have seen. Bigfoot example, right? How many people out there call you crazy because you talk about them, or you've said you've seen them, or you've had a Bigfoot encounter? People will just immediately judge you and you're crazy, right? You're crazy. Not so much today. Years ago was a little bit different, but it's more, again, it's one of those things as time progresses and we go further into the future, and it's a more of a common occurrence. I think it was always there, but in the past people just wouldn't talk about it, right? They were afraid what others will think. He says, I'm just going to share with you his experience. While growing up around the Blue Mountains of Pennsylvania, the Promised Land area, his Grammy had a cabin, and he loved going to that cabin on the weekends and spending time there throughout the summer. I would always find peace, and I loved the wildlife and nature. An experience I will never forget was when I broke up with a girlfriend when I was 20, and I needed to straighten out my head. I needed the trees. I went to the cabin, and I spent a bit with my Grammy, then told her I was going into the woods. As I walked, I came upon 6 white-tailed deer. I started talking to them in my mind, and I casually walked up to them, and I began to pet them all on their head and back. They began to walk, so I walked with them, side by side, with my hands on them as we walked. We walked quite a ways until we came to the lake, and I let them go on their way. I don't tell this story too much because I don't think folks believe me, but Robert, that was one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced. To connect with other creatures, and humans for that matter, is something to be appreciated. One more thing about the painting. It looks best in good light. Acrylic colors to me jump out at you, especially in natural light or bright light. Just me. Again, Glenn, thank you very much. And like I say, I look at that every day, and you amaze me. You amaze me. And yes, I do have some pretty amazing subscribers. I do. I have some pretty amazing ones that have just come on board as well. As time goes forward, you get to know some people pretty good, and you get a little bit closer to them. Some come and go. There's been ones that have come and went, and some that came and stayed a while and they're gone, and others that have stayed with me through thick and thin. Even when there was some tough moments for me, they stayed, they support, and I appreciate that more than you know, more than I can say, and kind of amazing, right? Kind of amazing. All right, last but not least, I've got something else for you to show you. Yeah, this is beautiful. So I was able, one of my sisters was able to get her hands on some crab apples for me. I've mentioned this in many videos over the years. Everybody's often said, "Oh, why aren't you gifting apples or things like that?" Trust me, I've tried. Each group that I go and visit and gift, which are 4 groups or 4 areas, we'll go with location. There's 4 locations that I gift at, and every one of them, they have not touched the apples. Just plain apples, Macintosh, what have you. But the crab apples, they love them, right? I know this because I've been doing this for a few years now, gifting these Sasquatch, Asuita. They love the crab apples. They like sour tartness. That's why I treat them with the dried cranberries and dried cherries. They're very tart. They're a little bit sweet, but they're tart, right? Sour. And they love that. I've learned this, and so I know this. And so just the other day, this is 2 days ago, we are sitting on the 13th. Today is the 13th. I received these crab apples, a great big bag of crab apples. I had to go through them because some of them were overripe and they were a little bit woody. I guess they were overripe. But I was able to get quite a bit out of this bag of crab apples that she gave me. Night before last was the first night I went out with the crab apples. And I've been mentioning it to them and putting the thoughts out there. Long story shorter, I get the crab apples. Night before last was the first night I was able to go and I put the crab apples out. The next morning, I went to go out. Sun was just coming up, and I always get up and I'll have my coffee out as the sun's coming up in the morning. And I went to go up my front door, my front screen door, onto my step, and I almost stepped on this. This is what was right in front of the door. It is beautiful. It is beautiful, and there is 2 pieces of hair attached to this, and it will stay there. Here we go. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. You can see that it's very white, right? Almost gray hair that's on there. And that will stay on the feather. It's almost like it's stuck to it. But yes, they did this. This is the second time now they've done this. When I first started gifting the crab apples, they look forward to the crab apples. Where they got it from, I don't know, but it was there sitting right in the front of my door, my screen door, just outside the screen door. So I wouldn't miss it, right? This is what they do here when they gift. They put it in a place that I will not miss seeing it. So I thank them very much, and it's their way of thanking me for the crab apples. I know that. I understand that, right? The message was clear. It was clear. It's a beautiful feather. Very, very nice. A lot of the gifts that they have given me have been beautiful feathers, big feathers. They're not just a feather that would just blow in, from a tree or from the ground. These are purposeful, big. They don't just blow in and land on my step right in front of my door, right? Purposeful. And tonight, I again gifted them with crab apples, and I'm also going to take some to the other groups. So stay tuned, right? We'll be making road trips because I want to make sure there's a season for crab apples. So. And these crab apples that I have, they're going to start to ripen I have them in the fridge, but they will ripen fast. So I need to get to these places. So there'll be some trips coming up, one after the other. I'll leave it there. Lots to share with you. And again, thank you very, very much for the prayers and stuff and the good energy you guys put and sent to my sister here. Prayer works, right? Prayer helps. And that's about it for now. Again, stay tuned. I do have a mail video coming up. It won't be that, there's not a whole lot of mail, but again, if anybody wants to send me a pin for my backpacks, as I've mentioned in previous videos, for those that are new, people have sent me a lapel pin from where they are, the city, their state, or the country, or wherever they are in the world, and a little note about who you are, what you're about, and I take that pin and I put it on my backpacks and what have you, and it goes with me to the trees, right? It goes with me on these BIGFOOT trips, and just send some good vibrations with it, good energy, good thoughts, and I will take that with me when I go. As well, still nothing on the Bigfoot camper. I almost had one here a few days ago, and at the last minute the guy changed his mind because he works out of town. He's got a camp, but he was in need of money. He was headed off to work. He'll be headed off to work here tomorrow, and at the last minute when I was supposed to go and see it, it was a nice little 14-foot, but last minute he changed his mind and he's going to take it with him. He's got to go to work. He works the oil field and he's going to camp in it as long as he can here until snow. He changed his mind. Almost. But I'm still looking. I'll keep looking. It'll happen. All right, I'll leave it there. And that's what I know, and this is what's happening. Again, stay tuned. White Birch. We'll go into White Birch next. I need to get up there, and it's hunting season. Just for those that aren't aware of this, bow season. It's elk season, and I got to be careful now going to all these places because there are a lot of hunters out. Even here on the main road, truck and trailers with side-by-sides and quads and stuff, and you can see the hunting gear and stuff on these trailers. They're all over the place. So up there, huge hunting place, and I'm not sure how it'll go. It'll go good. It'll be okay. I will dress accordingly. I'll dress with something bright, and I just don't know about the clan. With all the hunters and the activity and the hunting camps up in there, I don't know how active they will be, but we will see. I still want to go up in there. I've only got a few weeks left of good weather, like of no snow and warmer temperatures, so I want to do these things now while I have time. Winter's gonna come, and it changes, right? It changes my plans and everything. It just changes everything. Appreciate all of you, and again, if there's any new subscribers, thank you for coming on board. Stay tuned, and like I say, White Birch Clan is coming to you shortly, and I will see you in the trees. Take care. Bye for now.